So today I didn't take any trades. I was honestly kind of confused on what to do and what to plan, so I ended up not taking any trades. So going into today, it was kind of almost an inside relationship here, but it was slightly overlapping lower. It was lower on CPR and then an overlapping lower on cams. So it was a fairly bearish pivot relationship. Also, the open was there was a huge sell-off here in pre-market, and so it was opening up below range and value inside demand, but above L4. So if it opened under L4, it would have been an easier decision for me because I was short H4, a retest back into H4, but that didn't happen. So I was mainly looking for a retest back into L3 so that I can short L3. But then I didn't like that it would be coming back inside the range. And I also didn't like that it was coming back above S1 either. So ideally I wanted it to break down and then test L4 to short. I did have demand zone over here. So I did try to see if I can long, but I just didn't like the context of these bearish relationships and the bearish open, but longing. So I was more confused on that. So market opens up and it just tanks immediately under L4. So then now I'm looking for a retest back into L4, but it jumps back above. So that's pretty much gone immediately, that thesis. And then this demand zone, I was looking to long, but no, it was moving way too fast here. It was very volatile today. So it comes down into that demand zone and then bounces, thinking of longing, but it's just a little too volatile here to get an entry. There was, I guess, a chance for me to get long here when it formed this delta divergence, but yeah, it ended up. So this was a delta divergence here on the 20 range chart. That's continuation off the demand zone, but then as soon as it got over, it just started going crazy. And by the time I could get in, it was like a 10-point stop, and I wasn't very comfortable with that, especially on a setup like that. When context was just not really supporting it. So I let that one go. Now I am looking at L3 short. But my concerns with this is that, one, it bounced off of demand. Two, it broke under L4 and then now it reclaimed L4. It also opened under range, but now it reclaimed inside the range. So yes, technically it did open under L3, but not under L4. It broke and then came back up, which I did not like. If it just rallied straight into L3, then I would have liked it better, but that was not part of it. So now I'm looking at this L3 level, and it does get there. So L3 is 77. It breaks above, then forms this delta divergence on the 2 minute. Not much on the 1 minute. I mean, did wick above. So I guess it's a hidden divergence, but not too confident there. Also, by the time this 2 minute delta divergence formed, it was about, 10 points away. And I just wasn't comfortable with 10 points of risk there. I could have technically gotten in on a retest, but even this retest, it actually doesn't. Actually breaks above that, yeah. So if I entered after that, probably would have gone stopped out, but it forms another delta divergence, so maybe a better chance to get in, but Yeah, that was probably my best opportunity of the day. With the stop above here at 74, so yes, entry here, stop above there. Would have hit 3R. And these two delta divergences were my confirmations. And that was the best look of the day. I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable because it broke below L4 and then came back up. Again, if it just rallied up, I would have definitely taken this, but I didn't like that. The other thing was it was just moving way too fast. And it seemed like too big of a risk for a setup that was not the most ideal. So, would have worked out though. But yeah, plan technically worked, although it did break below that. But I guess I can classify it as it working.